Hello and good morning. Good morning to my friends at Tippecanoe Valley, to all of the students, staff members, to the community members, administrators, to all of the parents, and of course the families that have been unfortunately having to go through these tough times. I wake up this morning and I have you in my heart, and I have you on my mind and in my prayers and thoughts. I just wanted to send a message to you. I'm very thankful and I feel very fortunate that I've been given the opportunity to share some words that might be healing, that might be just kind of refreshing. And maybe it's just an outside voice saying, wow, he cares about us. I get many messages from the YouTube videos, and I see that they're being well viewed. So this morning I just decided to share with you another one. It's a night later, a day later, after we found out about the loss of Mr. Beck. I got to speak to a couple people close to Mr. Beck. I've spoken to Mr. Boggs. I know more of the details, and I've gotten to speak to people in the community. And so I wanted to come by and just offer some more helpful words of encouragement. Young people, I know a lot of times an adult will say, well, maybe you should kind of think about doing this. And sometimes we as teenagers, we have this chip on our shoulder, an ego, an attitude, call it whatever you want. We think, you know what, I can deal with this. I've gone through it before, I can go through it again. Please listen. I said yesterday one of the greatest things that we could learn to do. And you see, the thing is, when you're 30, 40, 50, it automatically happens. But if you can start working towards it now, your life is going to be so much more meaningful and fulfilling. And that's this. Let's lose our ego. Let's take the chip off our shoulder and let's kind of open our heart. Listen, I suffer from depression. I suffer from anxiety. I'm diagnosed with bipolar type 2 and PTSD. When you've had to go through some of the things that I've had to go through, and you kind of go through the things that I'm going through. I mean, yesterday when I spoke to Mr. Boggs, you know what was an awesome conversation to hear? A superintendent whose position goes above being in the school to make sure that the superintendent works closely with the school board to write policies and procedures to work on bettering our staff and bettering our students. But to have a superintendent almost break down and say, you know, Jeff, it's like a part of you dies with each passing. One of the things that I've learned to do is live less in my head. My head is used to make choices, to respond and not react. My head is what says, hey, Jeff, take time to think. But I try and live from my heart before I live within my head. And I want to share that with you guys. I want you to lose your ego. I want you to open your heart, combine that with what's in your head, and don't be afraid to ask for help. You have trusted adults. You have people that love you and care about you. So in short, I'm inviting all of you, and I wish I could be there. I'm inviting you to go down to your school. You have mental health professionals that are there, that are trained to work with you through this grieving process. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. It's okay to be emotionally distraught. What's not okay is when you channel these energies in a negative way that becomes more harming and hurtful. But if you want to go down there and you know what, maybe you just want to sit and maybe you want to just listen. Maybe you want to just be able to give someone a hug. What we need to do today is we need to start the grieving process. We need to start taking a deep breath. And we need to realize it's going to be okay. I know that sounds insensitive right now. I know it sounds premature. But my dear friends, it's going to be okay. What we need to do is allow the time to go through the grieving process, because that's what we have to do. And then what we need to do is like spiders, we got to come out to everybody within our building. And we need to offer a smile. We need to be vigilant of other people that might be hurting. And our example and influence is going to be to encourage them. Mental health should not be the word that we don't want to talk about anymore. Mental health should not be the stigma that, oh my goodness, someone is depressed, they're sick. I am not sick. I deal with a chemical imbalance. Depression runs in my family. Depression is something I deal with through many years of professional counseling. I have learned to become aware of feelings. I've become aware of things that might trigger different emotions. And through maturity and professional help and medication, I function every day. Depression is real, my friends. And there's many different types of depression. Right now, with the loss of one of our classmates, this is for many of you considered adjustment disorder, where we lose a friend, or maybe we change schools. Our parents may have gone through a divorce. Our classes might change, or there's so many different things. You have also seasonal affective disorder, where it's the weather and the winter and the clouds, and it gets dark early. It doesn't get light till late. We all deal with different emotions. But I want to invite you. I'm inviting you to loosen up, open your heart. I want to leave you with this. When we go through life and we have these expectations, and expectations aren't met, and rarely are they ever, we become disappointed. I don't know, expectations could be, why don't I have a boyfriend? Why don't I have a girlfriend? Why aren't my parents as lenient as someone else's parents? Why are my parents always down my throat? Why are the teachers always just ramming homework at us or something? Expectations of the way you think things should be. My friends, things are never the way we think they should be. But now there's a difference. When you live with that expectation, it's not met, we become very disappointed. And if we don't deal with it and learn to ask better questions, the disappointment lingers on. And then disappointment can become something that we have trouble dealing with, which could lead to us needing to talk to someone because our expectations are so high we can't free ourselves from this disappointment. The fear of the unknown. We're afraid to be a burden on our family. We're afraid to let people down. We don't think that we're capable, or how am I going to do this? Listen, I want you to focus on the objective. And the objective is every day. You see, when you live within an objective, you'll never be disappointed because you've let go of the expectation and now you have control. And the objective today is that we open our hearts and we are supportive to people if we're strong. We're going to give a hug. We're going to say it's going to be okay. And we're going to say, what can I do to help you? And the objective is, if we're not as strong, we open the heart and we ask for that support and help. The objective is we pick our heads up, we look at life, and we start to take appreciation for the little things in life. Green grass, under the snow probably. Beautiful sky. Take appreciation for the little things in life. We'd be grateful for those little things. We'd be grateful for each other. We'd be grateful that we have a support network that wants to help us make change and make understanding of these unfortunate circumstances that we're dealing with. Listen, I've spoken way too long. To everyone that's out there, you are in my hearts, you're in my prayers and thoughts. I love you all. I'm looking forward to my visit. I want you to go and I'm concerned and nervous about this weekend. I don't like that we're not in school. We're not fulfilling our time. I want you all to fill your time. I want you to fill your time with each other and positive influences. I want you to find time to laugh. I want you to cherish the moment with like-minded people. We're going to be okay, my friends. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.